What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the S2 Strategic Defense channel. Today we are on range on this beautiful Texas morning. A lot of people out here enjoying their freedom. I love it, okay? I'm going to be showing you guys 5 different drills to be doing every time you go to the range, and this is whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or even advanced shooter, to help you improve your firearms skills, right? Accuracy, speed, and all of these things. It's important to go to the range with a game plan, or else you're just turning money into noise, okay? So have a game plan. Hopefully these drills will help you out. Give me a second, I'm gonna set up the range and we'll get going. All right, guys, so our first drill, what we're gonna be doing is what I call a small target drill. We're gonna stand from 1 to 3 yards away up to 5 yards, let's just say, if you guys are more of an intermediate or advanced shooter. We're gonna place 3 small targets on top of our main target. So you guys can use little stickies or just take a Sharpie and just draw 3 quarter-size circles about 4 to 5 inches apart from each other. We're gonna shoot 3 rounds on each one of those small targets. Our goal is to try to lap 1 round on top of another round on top of another round, okay? Why are we doing that? We're trying to build consistency. Consistency in the grip, in the sight package, and the trigger press, and repeat that over and over. If you guys are hitting one on top of the other, that's great. Make sure that you're doing it all the way through. But the problem comes in is when you hit one dead center, and then the next one is 4 inches low, and then the next one is 5 inches high. Then you go to the middle circle, and now you're 10 inches high, 6 inches low, and 2 inches to the left. And then third sticker, you see how this kind of gets really inconsistent. It tells me that the fundamentals aren't coming together quite yet. You need to spend more time doing dry fire, building a good grip, good sight package, good clean trigger press. Let's go down range and I'll show you guys what this looks like. All right, guys, I'm probably about 5 yards away from the target, not that big of a deal. Remember, we're gonna take our time. Make sure that you're not bum rushing through this drill. Try to be really consistent, 1 round on top of the other. Here's what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Starting with the left. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. All right, let's take a look at the target. All right, guys, so our second drill is what I call the thousands drill. Sometimes I'll say it's a rhythm drill or a metronome drill. Same thing, okay? The idea here is to build coordination, rhythm, and timing from the brain to the trigger finger. If you've ever noticed that when people shoot fast, it all kind of falls apart. Maybe when they're shooting slow, 1 shot at a time, they're hitting the bullseye every single time. But as soon as you pick up the pace or you're asking them to shoot more than 1, now they're hitting the guys, in the next lane's target, that kind of a thing. And we want to prevent that, right? We want to bring this entire package together in a reliable fashion. So we use the rhythm drill. So what we're trying to do is coordinate the brain to the trigger finger. We're going to do 3 versions of this, right? 5 rounds each. On the first version, we're going to count out loud, and 1 1,000, and 2 1,000, and 3 1,000, and 4 1,000, and 5 1,000. And every time you count, you're staging the trigger and pressing, okay? All right. Then the second version, we're gonna take the ands out of it, and we're gonna go and 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. And on the third version, we're gonna take the thousands out, and we're going to put the and right back in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, okay? So each one of those is getting faster and faster, as you can see. If you guys are hitting spot on all of those, that tells me that it's time to start pushing yourself, and you're going to get faster and faster, faster and faster for the shot breaks, okay? So maybe the fastest one, you did really well, right? That was the one that said 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Take the ands out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And try to get faster and faster and keep that grouping as tight as you can. Challenge yourself. All right, guys, so this is version number 1. It's the slowest one, so we're going to be counting and 1,000, and 2, 1,000, and 3, 1,000. Get it? Here we go. Make sure we are good. Okay, here we go. And 1, 1,000, and 2, 1,000, and 3, 1,000, and 4, 1,000, and 5, 1,000. All right, guys, here on the second version, we're going to take the ands out of the count, right? So we're going to start off and 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, and 5, 1,000, okay? It looks something like this. And 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, okay? And on the last one, we're just going to go and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. So a little bit faster, right? Here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Okay. You guys want to see the target? Let's take a look. That I'm hitting pretty much in this area, right? At all those paces. Okay, so at any of those paces, I can actually pick up the pace and go a little bit faster until that starts coming apart. For our third drill, we're doing what's called a 1-for-1. Okay, you're gonna need 2 magazines and obviously your holster. In one magazine, you're gonna fill all the way to the top, okay? The second magazine, you're gonna go ahead and only put 1 round into. That's the one that goes in. Now, when you cycle the gun, you've got 1 round in the chamber, but nothing else in the magazine. So when you press the trigger, the gun's gonna go in a slide lock telling you that it's empty. You're gonna take that magazine out, grab the other magazine, insert, get the gun ready, press forward, press 1 more round, 1-for-1, okay? And then we reset that entire apparatus up, right? So start with a magazine with 1 round, that's gonna be in the gun. Start with a magazine that's full, that's gonna be on body somewhere. Now, if you guys are in indoor range, you can certainly do this off of the bench if the range doesn't allow you to draw or use holsters and such, okay? Let's go down range and try that out. All right, guys, so this is gonna be our 1-for-1 drill. I'll go nice and slow for you so that way you guys can catch all the small nuances, okay? Here we go. Let's make sure our gun is hot. I've got the magazine with 1 round in it. Gun is now chambered. That magazine is now empty. My other magazine is full. Okay, here we go. All right, this is what it looks like. On target, press the trigger, the gun's gone on a slide lock. I drop that magazine, I insert the next magazine, press another round, okay? Now the gun's already cycled 1 more round for the next one, so it's got 1 in it. I could take the full magazine back out, place that away, safely grab my empty magazine and reset, okay? All right, guys, so our fourth drill is drawing from the holster and placing the first shot. I know that you're probably thinking that you need to go to an outdoor range, but don't discount that right away, okay? Go to your indoor range if you can, if that's what you guys have available to you, and talk to them and see if you can draw from the holster. A lot of ranges, especially in today's day and age with concealed carry being so popular, they either have a private suite or they have some kind of a class or some kind of a lesson that you could do with their staff to ensure that you're safe drawing from the holster and then you're authorized to do so. So make sure that you inquire about that before you just discount the whole thing. All right, so what we want to do is not necessarily start pushing speed. We want to be smooth in what we do. You know that old adage, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, fast is deadly, that kind of thing? Same thing here. I'm not really looking to challenge myself as far as getting it out and back on, getting it back on. We'll do that later. But in the beginning days, all I need you to do is getting used to defeating the garment, getting to your firearm, getting that out, building the grip, building a sight package, getting on a clean trigger press as one, okay? Not all separate components, but to make that smooth by bringing all those components kind of together, all right? Let's go down range, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, guys, so for our fourth drill, we're gonna draw to the first shot. Remember, you wanna draw from the holster, build the grip, get a good sight package. As you're extending out, press the trigger, okay? Now, I'm not gonna be hustling through this thing. I'm not doing a speed challenge right now. I wanna just make sure I'm smooth and consistent all the way through. For me, That's usually like a 1.2, 1.3, something like that is kind of when I'm taking my time. If I'm really, on the hustle, then I'll try and get down to like the 0.8, 0.7, that kind of a thing. So I'm using a timer here. You don't have to if you don't have one. They make apps on your phone. You guys can also try that out too. Anyways, here's what it looks like. Here we go. $1.39. 1.30. 1.21. 1.33. All right, guys, our fifth and final drill today is what I call a 555, okay? We're gonna be 5 yards away. When the buzzer goes off, you're gonna draw the holster, place 5 rounds on target in the C zone in less than 5 seconds. This is not a tough drill to do, but you'll notice that after third, fourth, and fifth shot, people's grip starts to come apart. They start to wing around here, wing around there, that kind of a thing. So we want to start bringing that in reliably. Once you can do that consistently in less than 5 seconds, start working on, hey, can I get to 4.5? Can I get to 4? Can I get to 3.5? Can I get to 3? How fast can you actually get? Now, the caveat to that is this. You have to know what the breaking point is and then be willing to go backwards. So once it starts falling apart beyond, below the normal standard, if you're at 3.5, go back to 4 and have the discipline to work at 4 for a little bit, then come back to 3.5, right? The other caveat to it is that many indoor ranges will not allow this kind of a drill unless they have a private suite, okay? So just double check with them. Don't discount it, don't dismiss it. Let them say no to you first, okay? Let's go down range and see what this looks like. All right, guys, so for our last drill is the 555, right? 5 yards, 5 rounds in less than 5 seconds, including draw from the holster. Let's see how this goes. That was a 2.37. .06. 192. 187. All right, guys, have fun with that drill, but be safe, okay? It's easy for the gun to get away from you. Just take your time. So hopefully you had some fun with that. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you got some drills to work on next time you go to the range. Now, keep one thing in mind. Anytime you go to the range, I want you to have a plan to build on one skill or one attribute that's going to be functional. If not, you're just turning money into noise. It doesn't have any purpose. So take these drills or go around YouTube. There's some other instructors who teach you some amazing drills. Put together a game plan for what you want to work on, just 1 to 2 things. Go spend an hour, go spend 50 to 100 rounds, so that way it doesn't get too super expensive. Enjoy yourself, take your time, go slow, go smooth, and be purposeful, right? Be mindful. All right, guys, until the next one, be safe. I'll see you guys on the next video.